What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the vlog. I have something sort of interesting for you today, but I thought first I would catch you up on sort of what's been going on in my life over the last week or so. So the first thing, I just got back from EPT Prague. You guys saw a couple vlogs from in Prague, and you sort of know how I feel about the city already, so I'm not going to relive it. But just suffice to say that it was an amazing experience. The tournament was absolutely phenomenal at the EPT. I can't wait to go to more. And yeah, just a great experience. So I can't wait to do that again, but it is good to be back. I got sick. Actually, my brother's sick right now, unfortunately. So that's not exactly ideal, but you know, that's fine. I'm about to go on a family vacation today. It was supposed to be yesterday, but like I said, my brother's sick, so we waited till today. And yeah, that's gonna be about 7 days or so of just hanging with the family, sort of total relax. I was talking to someone on Twitter, and I don't think I've seen them for more than an hour, like at a time, since July. Since like May, which is insane. That's too long. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with them and seeing, you know, what's up in their lives and sort of just being a family for a week. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So I will be vlogging the experience. You guys can look forward to a new sort of vlog that is coming out soon. As you can tell, this camera is kind of new. It's a little bit better, and hopefully it's going to produce some really good content. So anyways, there's that. After that, I come back, I believe, on the 27th, so I'll be live on Twitch on the 29th, and I stream for about 6 days. So we're going to have about 6 days worth of streaming. We're going to be playing the normal tournament schedule. It's going to be my first time back in like almost a month. Oh, it's been so long. I wanted to do a couple days here, but I got sick, like I said. So that's going to happen. And then I'm off to the PCA on January 5th until the 14th. I'll be at the PCA. There's going to be some content coming from the PCA. I can't say anything more yet, but you're going to see me on Twitch there for sure. You're definitely going to see some YouTube stuff, so don't worry about that one bit. Okay, so what is this vlog about? Well, goal creation. So it's that time of year where people typically, including myself, evaluate their life, what they're doing well, what they're not doing well, and what they would like to change going forward. And I did that. I made my first step towards sort of evaluating what this next year is going to look like for me. And that is going to be right now. I'm going to link that in. So this is the first step. Like I said, there's going to be a part 2 where we get a little bit more specific and we allow exact goals and sort of like how we're going to measure things this year. But if you're interested, this is sort of what I think is important for me. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you think. But anyways, wow, that little piece, eh? That little piece. Whew. Thank you guys for watching. Here's the vlog. And we'll see you soon. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to this thing. I don't know what this thing is, but this is the first time I've sort of approached setting some goals for 2016. So the date is currently December 21st, 2015, and I plan to have sort of a solid plan in place for what I would like to do in the new year coming up right away. So this is going to be the first step of this process, sort of figuring out what exactly it is I want. So I'm going to do that now. What I have done is I've thought a little bit about how I want my life to look and how I want things to be structured. So I'd like to continue streaming and playing poker and have that be as big of a focus as possible. Those are still the two biggest sort of focuses in my life is become as good as I can as like sort of a broadcaster, as a poker person, put out as much good content as I can, connect with as many people as I can, etc. And the second is get as good as I can at poker. There are some new things I'm introducing to this, but I guess let's just start by saying, all right, goals. The first, in very broad terms, is going to be as good as I can at poker. I don't think that needs to be a thing. All right, there we go. So what does that mean? I guess we'll do some subsections underneath these. So, you know, in terms of profit, I don't know if profit is the thing that I am searching for here.
you know, the people that are making the most money in poker, I think, are the high-stakes live cash game players. Those are the ones that are making the most. As a tournament player, I think it's a little bit silly to shoot for, I want to make X amount of money this year. What I do want to do is I want to put myself in position to win titles. That's sort of what's important to me. So, put myself in position to win titles. What are titles? Well, WSOP bracelets, EPT titles, Scoop, W-Coop, T-Coop, Sunday Majors, daily schedule. Probably in that order, relatively. WCP bracelets is a little bit interesting because with the tax situation in Canada right now, it makes it a little bit unrealistic, at least for the WSOP in the United States. Now, WSOP Europe and WSOP Asia, Australia, whatever, wherever it may be, I don't think the tax situation is as harsh for Canadian players. So that could be maybe where I focus a lot of my play there. I will definitely be playing the main event this year, assuming that something doesn't change. But WSOP bracelets is sort of, I think, the most important thing in the poker world to this day. EPT titles. Now, this is something that's pretty interesting. I just went to my first EPT, as you guys know. I think that is something I would like to continue doing, and I'd like to go to more. So that's a little bit tough because it clashes with my other goals. In that every time you go to an EPT, you're sort of away from you guys and from Twitch a lot. But EPT, nonetheless, is something I would like to compete in at a high level. So EPT titles. Of course, the big online series on PokerStars, Spring Championship of Online Poker, World Championship of Online Poker, Turbo Championship of Online Poker, the Sunday Majors like the Sunday Million, Sunday Warm-Up, and the daily schedule, Big 109, Big 162, Big 82, things like that. So these are sort of what I care about more so than I want to make X amount of dollars per year, because I think that's just a little bit unrealistic to shoot for in terms of like a daily goal. And these are the things that I feel like I will remember at the end of the day. You guys sort of know my thoughts on money in general, and there's no question I enjoy money. I like earning it, and then I like reinvesting it to earn more. But I think there's a lot of people that have money. There's not as many people that have accolades like this. So I find these more interesting to play for. And so that's going to be my goal, I think, with be as good as I can at poker. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, we can break that down in a future vlog. This is like very broad planning. So 2, be the best, I guess, ambassador or person. I don't see. This is a little bit wide, and this is changing a little bit, which we're going to talk about. It used to be the best streamer, right? And that was it. Now, my focus has broadened a little bit in that I want to be a streamer and video creator, right? For YouTube, I want to create great videos so that people can watch those. You guys are watching this in a video right now, so that's new, and best streamer doesn't really fit that. I want to have the best pictures on Instagram. Insta stud, I want to be an Insta stud. So that doesn't fall into these categories either, I want to connect with you guys on Facebook and Twitter. So this is broader than just streamer now. And that's what I want to do. So be the best something. Maybe it's just person. But it's like the act of sharing it, And hopefully like learning from other people, but also inspiring other people to do things that they think is outside of their realm of possible. Be sort of interesting, lead an interesting life. So I don't know. Maybe it's live and share the best life I can. Maybe that describes it. Because, I mean, that doesn't really break down sort of like the nitty-gritty of what streaming is or what YouTube is. It's not very specific. But I guess we can get some specific in like another vlog or, you know, another video. So, live and share the best life I can. Yeah, I kind of like that. Be the person I want to be when it comes to being an ambassador, being a human being, being open with who I am, and sort of like putting that on blast and being accountable for it. I think that's good. And we can get more specific from that. So, like, what does that mean? What does life look like with this setup? You know, I realize you guys can't see this, so I'll just... Here we go. So what does my life look like for this sort of goal? For these goals? And again, this is very broad and in the first stages, but I think 5 days a week of streaming is going to be the first part of that. 6 days I did for most of the year, and I took time off, you know, like big chunks of time off. I'm currently in a big chunk of time off right now. One for the World Series and one for EPT, PCA, and the holidays, which I'm in right now. I think 5 days a week is a little bit more sustainable, but 7 days during big series. So, for example, Scoop, W Coop, T Coop, you know, like special promotions going on PokerStars online, I want to be playing 7 days, I think. So that will be, it will probably average to like 5.5 days a week. But I think this is a little bit more sustainable in that, you know, I know that I'm not going anywhere, and I hope that you guys know that as well. So this is something that by the end of the year I won't be burnt out, and I'll still be able to level up and stuff like that. And as we sort of expand into YouTube and video contents and do that, I think it's necessary to have that extra day. So 5 days a week of streaming. On YouTube, I think I want to vlog once a week. So we want 5 highlight shows on YouTube. We want 1 life vlog a week. We want deep runs in multi-parts. In multi-part series. That's not gonna work. And then we want other series on top. Now, there's the Ask PokerStaples, and there's a podcast, and then there's also a streamers talk idea I have. So these are potentially things. Can I make this smaller now? Yeah, there we go. Streamers talk. These are other things that I would like to do with YouTube. So Ask PokerStaples is just going to be like a classic sort of Q&A show. The podcast would be a poker podcast, and I'm not sure. You know, I've had thoughts on this as to whether I want to do it or not. The poker podcast, I think I'd be pretty good at it. It would take a decent amount of time. The thing that like isn't covered very much, other than dropped frames, which is like a Twitch podcast, is streamers. Streamers don't really have a podcast, and I think this is a growing industry, and one where I'm like in a more elite group than I am as a poker player. So I don't know if these are both going to exist. Streamers talk, I know for sure is going to exist, because I'd love to talk with other streamers and just, you know, talk about whatever. We could start with poker players, all poker players, and talk about poker, talk about life, talk about streaming on Twitch, what that's like, you know, etc. I think that'd be interesting. I'd love to watch that. I want that show to exist so I can watch it right now, which is why I should probably create it. Podcast, I'm not sure on and how that can work. You know, maybe it could be like a once a month thing. I don't know if anyone would watch it if it was once a month, but yeah. So this is the idea I have for YouTube. The life vlog thing is, I just bought a new camera. It's a really great camera, and you know, Casey Neistat, if you guys have seen his channel, like one of the most popular vloggers there is. I want to aim to just to do my vlogs like he does them. So that's the plan with that. This you guys have already seen, the deep runs. The other series, like I'm doing a series right now where I talk about an old blog that I did, and I'm reading it out and sort of reliving that. That's an example. Like a Streamhouse Cribs is an example. Other things on top, best of Twitch chat, etc., etc. So, like that's the plan with YouTube, I think. Now there is a caveat on top of this, which is gaming. With these 5 days a week of streaming, I think that I would like to play video games for 2 hours at the end of each stream. So that's going to take my streams to about 10 hours, but that's okay, because I dropped a day. I'm going to have more time to sort of organize this and meet with the people that helped me create all this content. So I think we're going to get 2 hours of video games in here, and I would like to release those video games on YouTube. Now, is that a separate channel? I don't know. It may be. You know, like how all the big popular YouTubers have, like, you know, some people I watch the Sidemen. I don't know how many of you guys watch the Sidemen. Like, you know, there's Vicstar, and then there's Vicstar Plays Games, and then there's like a Vicstar Minecraft. So this guy's a full-time YouTuber, but he's already releasing 2 pieces of content on his main channel a day, which is a lot. And then the people that just want Minecraft can go to the Minecraft. The people that just want to see me play games, maybe it should be a separate channel. I'm not sure. That's something that wouldn't happen now, but it could happen in the future. So that's the plan with YouTube. Now, the next thing, which is big, is fitness. Now, there's a lot of thinking that needs to go into this, but I realize at this stage that this is a major part of my life I need to focus on. It's like the biggest thing holding me back at this stage. And it's gonna be like a real struggle. But I'm gonna figure out how to do it. And this is gonna be the most interactive part. This should be added here. Fitness. It needs to be a fitness vlog once a week. So, this is going to be something where I get to sort of take input from you guys, and hopefully we can rally together as a community. You know, you don't have to, but like if there's other people that want to change a physical part of their life, I'd love for you to come along for the journey, because I am the funnest player when it comes to fitness and health, and I'd like, you know, I'm just tired of that. It's not very fun. So I'm gonna fix it, and I need to figure out how to do this. And I'm assuming this is gonna be about 1 hour a day. Every day needs to be carved out for whatever this is, whatever fitness happens to be. I imagine that will be walking at the beginning. It'll transition into, you know, some heavier stuff the later we get with it, but that's the plan. I think also personal trainer, me and Kev are gonna talk together and figure that out. So this is gonna be interjected into my day. 3 times a week we do things. What does that mean? So right now, the way that my life has been lived up to this point is that I've worked really, really hard with Twitch and streaming with YouTube and stuff, and like the growth I've seen in 15 months is absolutely insane. You know, just let me pump my tires for a little bit. It's been crazy. This sort of rise in popularity of this channel and this stream and stuff like that. And, you know, it was right place, right time, and I had an opportunity, but I really did seize that opportunity and sort of worked myself into the ground, you know, like 80 hours a week or something. That, I think, should continue, but the thing that I realize is I need to be able to carve out, you know, 6 or 8 hours a week and live life a little bit. This is something I don't really want to do right now, to be honest, because it's already within my grasp. Part of that is maybe fitness and just like not being very confident in myself, but I would like to go to concerts. I'd like to go to an art gallery opening. I'd like to go to movies. I'd like to have drinks with friends. I'd like to go for a walk. I'd like to play sports. I'd like to, you know, just meet up with a friend. I'd love to go to a play. Like these sort of things, interacting in my city, Calgary's sort of arts and culture and social life, is something that I've completely ignored this year. And I really realized that the person I want to be is a lot more interesting than that. You know, one that isn't just all completely about work. It's my passion. It's what makes me get up in the morning. But also these little sort of flavors from other parts of life that I know I'll really learn to love and enjoy. And then I can also share with you guys as well, which is a big part of it. I'll be able to vlog going to an art gallery opening, you know, and seeing what that's like. Going shopping, going to a movie, reading a book, you know, like these sort of things. So 3 times a week, I assume 2 of those things will be on days off, and then one of them will be in the evening on a day that I'm working. I need to do something, anything, and I'm actually going to plan it out, and sort of get it ready. You know what's going on in my city. So that is something else that is going to happen this year. Next, trips. So where are we going? Well, we're going to the WCP main event. We are going to the PCA in the Bahamas, which is coming up soon. That's the first trip. I don't know if there's going to be any trips between the PCA and the WCP main event. That sort of depends on my results. If my results are excellent, I'd love to go to an EPT in between there. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Again, like, EPTs are amazing, and once YouTube sort of gets a little bit better, I'll be able to create content while I'm there. But I'm not sure if it's going to happen. I think it's mostly just going to be on Twitch. So, PCA WCP main event. I'd love to go to EPT Barcelona. So this is the end of August. Everyone really loves this event, it seems. In Barcelona, I've never been to Barcelona. Should go without saying for some of you that know me. So this would be really, really cool, and I'd like to go to that. So that's on the schedule. TwitchCon, definitely in September or wherever it is next year, I will be going to again, and EPT Prague. Now, there's things that are going to come up here, like VIP party. You know, PokerStars did a VIP party in Toronto last year that I went to. So that is another surprise trip that could come along. You know, say there's a cash game, like, you know, Poker Night in America asked me to be on a cash game again, I'd love to go. Live at the Bike asked me to be on a cash game, I'd love to go and play it. So things will come up, but I think the core is 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 trips. Now, of course, I'm moving to Prague. That'll be on a different line. Moving to Prague. In the summer as well, after the main event here. So we'll be living in Prague basically from around July 20th or so till probably like November, I'm guessing. Is approximately how it's going to work out. I still haven't set that up yet, but that's the plan, which will be close to Barcelona and perhaps some other EPT events in the fall. So we'll see. But those are the trips. Now moving to Prague, that's going to be really great. I've already been looking at some places. I plan on using Poker Refugees actually, which is a great service that relocates poker players and can sort of take a lot of the stress off. So if me, Kevin, and Matt, the 3 of us here sort of in the stream house, are all planning to move, it would be a lot easier to go through a service that specializes in moving poker players. So I plan on doing that, and it also opens up a ton of opportunities for if I'm on this 5-day streaming plan, where I can take my laptop, I can take my camera equipment, and after the 5th day, you know, I can catch like a night flight and spend 2 days somewhere in Europe. You know, like everything is so close. Oh man, I know a lot of you are from Europe, but if you're from Canada or the US and you've sort of never been over there, it's just everything is so close together. It's amazing. You can drive or take a bus or a train or a flight, and like 2 hours later you're in a completely different culture and city. So I'll have a lot of opportunity to do sort of like weekend trips. It won't be on the weekend, but like trips, you know. So that's going to be the plan in Prague, and can't wait for that. Is there anything I've missed here? What does life look like? 5 days a week of streaming, YouTube with a bunch of shows planned. We probably want around 14 pieces of content up on my main channel. And then if gaming channel becomes a thing, releasing maybe like, I don't know, 40 minutes of footage a day or so on that gaming channel. Fitness needs to be an hour a day. Fitness vlog on the YouTube channel. I think I want to do rants as well. Like just talking about things that, like what I think about them. I don't know. Not really a rant, but just a discussion. 3 times a week doing things. So getting some culture in my life. Getting more of like a social experience. Around sort of work and stuff like that. And then those trips. And moving to Prague. Yeah, I think that's sort of what life will look like. So these are still my goals. Be as good as I can at poker. Focus on winning these sort of titles and improving. Live and share the best life I can. So be the person I want to be. Basically. And share it. And this is sort of what it's going to look like. Day to day. By the way, fitness also sort of expands to other things. I want to just look better as well. So what that means, I think, is I've been in discussions to fix my teeth for a long time. My teeth don't really bother me very much, but I recognize that they look a little bit different than most people's teeth. So I'd like to get those fixed. I'd like to just dress better. I would like to... Like, I think I'm fairly hygienic right now, but, like, you know, brush my teeth 3 times a day instead of, like, once. You know, just get my hair cut more often. Shave more often. Just be the person that I want to be, that you look up to, right? The person that I look up to now, I want to be that person. And they just sort of have the image that they portray together. So that sort of falls in with fitness. This is all sort of like health and image related. So I'm going to do that. It's going to be a big change, but we're going to figure it out. And hopefully you guys will help me out with that. So yeah, that's that, I think. That's the very broad first step in planning what this year is going to be. If you guys have any suggestions, listen. We're very early in this process. If you have any suggestions for like, hey, you missed out on this, like you should do this. This is really important. I can't promise you that I'll do it because my life is already very different than a lot of people's. Because like I'm sort of unapologetic in focusing on exactly what I want to do, which is this. Right? This. And maybe not some of this, right? So my life this year has been very, very focused on play poker, get good at poker, stream poker, 14 hours a day, sleep. Next. And even though I plan on interjecting some more normal things, like being social, doing some interesting things, as well as sharing those, but also like just focusing more on self-improvement when it comes to fitness as opposed to this stuff. I still very much feel this way in that it's like I'm more driven than ever right now to improve. Being away from Twitch for 2 weeks now, and it's going to be about 3 weeks by the end of this week, is terrifying. Every day I wake up and I'm just like, this is all going to end, isn't it? You know? Which is completely irrational because it's not going to end. But it's just like, I want to continue improving. And I'm very driven to do that. But long caveat aside, if you have any suggestions, like, hey, this is a good idea, or like, you know, this is a cool goal, like, here's how I'd structure it, please let me know in the comments down below if this is, you know, what do you think? Is this reasonable? This is what's important to me, I think. This is what I'd like to do. I can do this for sure. I've never really figured out how to do this. This is going to be the hardest. Like, be be a put together person, you know? That's gonna be the hardest. The rest of the stuff I'm very confident in. So yeah, let's do it. Thank you guys so much for watching part 1 of sort of goal creation here that we have going on. I'm going to do some more thinking about it over the coming days, and we will continue on with this sort of structuring in a while. Yeah, in a while. I'm going on vacation, but when I get back, I guess. Okay. Talk to you guys later.